At some point, and we cannot tell you exactly when, we stopped being a person who needed a bag and became a person whose life's central project was finding the perfect one. It started reasonably. We had a laptop, a charger, some cables, maybe a paperback we told ourselves we'd finish. We needed something to carry it all. Normal, human, understandable. But then we watched one video, just one, and the man on screen held up a Peak Design everyday sling in midnight and said the word ecosystem, and something cracked open inside us that has not closed since. We bought the Peak Design. 35 liters of weatherproof recycled nylon, magnetic clasps that click so satisfyingly they briefly replaced therapy, a laptop sleeve padded like we were transporting a Fabergé egg to a war zone. We were happy for approximately 11 days. Then we started thinking about the Tom Bin. The Tom Bin Synapse 25 has a cult following the size of a mid-tier religion. People on Reddit discuss their Tom Bin bags with the specificity and grief usually reserved for the recently deceased. Made in Seattle, made in America, made by hands belonging to people who have achieved some peace we have not. We bought the Synapse. We now owned 2 bags. We told ourselves the Peak Design was for technical days and the Tom Bin was for office days, which was a lie so convincingly constructed we believed it for nearly 3 weeks. Then someone mentioned GORUCK. GORUCK is not a bag brand. GORUCK is a psychological test administered through nylon. Their GR1 is made from 1000D Cordura, a material density so extreme it sounds like armor specifications from a medieval chronicle. The stitching is rated for things that will not happen to us. We are going to a WeWork. We are getting a cortado and opening Slack. Nobody is shooting at us. The bag does not know this. Inside the Peak Design, we also placed the Peak Design Carry-On Kit, an organizational insert for a bag, an object that organizes the objects inside the object for carrying objects. We felt this represented forward momentum. We need to talk about the pens. At some point, we decided that the instrument we used to sign credit card receipts, the last handwriting act remaining in our lives, deserved to be made from grade 5 titanium on a CNC lathe in the Pacific Northwest. The tactile turn slim side click, the big idea design TI Arto, each described online as having an action smoother than butter. A phrase we have so thoroughly internalized that we can no longer think about butter without also thinking about pen actuation. The TI Arto costs $90. The Tactile Turn Slim costs $110. When we ordered it, we spent more time selecting the refill cartridge than on our last healthcare decision.
We have used this pen to write a grocery list twice and once to sign for a UPS package. The UPS driver did not notice. The pen is for us. It is evidence of a self that has its act together, a self that reaches into a military-grade bag and produces a writing instrument machined to tolerances in thousandths of an inch, a self that is not an IT manager in the middle of a slow-motion identity crisis, a prepared person, a serious person, a person with a system. And the watch. The watch cannot merely tell time. A phone tells time. We have rejected the phone as a timekeeping device because a watch is a commitment. We looked at the Seiko Astron, which receives GPS satellite corrections and is technically more accurate than a cesium atomic clock in a national standards laboratory. We bought a titanium-cased diver rated to 200 meters. We live in Ohio. The deepest water in our life is the bathtub. The watch has a helium escape valve, a feature engineered for saturation divers decompressing in hyperbaric chambers. We use it to think about what kind of person needs a helium escape valve. We check our emails on it and feel the valve against our wrist like a small, pressurized promise. The bag dump. We have to address the bag dump. At some point, we emptied the entire contents of the GORUCK onto a wooden surface, the titanium pen, the field notes notebook we have not written in because we have a separate notebook that is the real one, the Nightcore flashlight rated for 3,000 lumens in a room where we will never need 3,000 lumens, the inner Tom Bin pouch that holds the cables for the bag, And we photographed it. We arranged it like evidence, like a crime scene where the crime is owning too many organizational systems. We posted it. Someone commented, "Clean kit." It was the most validated we had felt in months. The inner pouch is the purest expression of what we have become. Inside the outer bag lives a pouch. Inside the pouch are items needed to manage the outer bag. We are one small purchase away from buying a pouch for the pouch, a nylon matryoshka of preparedness, each layer holding a tinier, more specific version of our belief that the right container will stop our life from feeling like a disaster administered from a series of browser tabs. We own 4 bags. Today we are using a tote from a conference in 2019. It says, "Innovate Forward" on the side. The titanium pen is at home on the nightstand. The watch says it is 2:47 p.m., blood oxygen 98%, training load low, helium escape valve still there, technically still an option. The Mystery Ranch ships with a 30-year warranty. We have time.